Well, there we go. Welcome to Simon NoChaNoMa. And Robert's here, and Peppo's here. Hello, you guys. I had a most successful intro there. I've figured out the sound now, and I see waiting in the wings is my guest, who has just messaged me to say he's here. I better just check whether that it says I'm here, but I can't. Fixed it. All right, jolly good. Right. Technical difficulties plague us constantly in the world of YouTube live streaming, YouTube amateur live streaming. And joining me, a seasoned amateur of live streaming. Some of you will recognize him. Hello, Night Rider's Gal. Glad you could make it at such an early hour. Let me introduce you, Night Rider's Gal. Peppo, also Robert. This man needs no introduction to you, Robert, but for the others watching and who will join later, let me bring in, as it were, I shall add you to the stream and do it like that. And so we're now, there we are. Welcome, Dean. Hello, Dean.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, whichever it is.
It covers everything there. We've got Peppo from Holland just up the road. We've got Robert over in Canada. We've got Night Rider's Gal over in California, and not that much Des, who is in Frankfurt. So yes, that covers about everything.
Awesome. Hello, people of YouTube. It's been a while.
There may be the more people sort of watching apparently than are in comments, so it could be your family. So sort of just like knock on the wall and.
Well, they're not here.
Oh right,
they don't live with it. It's just me and Anne now. So yay! I love them all, but.
Yes, we just had a major technical difficulty. We'd been on the air, well, not on the air. We'd been chatting for about an hour just to sort of warm up, and then all of a sudden, Dean's computer decided that he didn't like my show.
What happened was I went to move the webcam, and it just stopped working. I thought it had unplugged, but it hadn't. So I unplugged it, plugged it back in, did all the usual stuff. Didn't work. So I had I had OBS Studio. I had to remove it completely, and I forgot to remove everything, including settings. So it kept on trying to reconnect with that. So
there's OBS. There's Miss Harley. Hello, Miss Harley.
Oh, hello.
That's a relative.
Yeah, no? Well, almost. She will be my daughter-in-law.
Nice to see you.
Next year? I can't remember when. I'm a terrible father-in-law. Terrible.
Right. You're saving up now for more grandchildren.
Oh, I love them. That new baby smell is just fantastic.
Yes.
It keeps me youthful, you know. Either that or I'm just going to harvest all their adrenochrome. Oh, dear.
So yes, I better give a bit of background, hadn't I? This is not just some random person I pulled off the street in Australia.
It is.
It's sort of. Yes, this is one of my former co-hosts on as you may have seen from the advert that a long time ago I started doing live streaming, and I was not very confident in doing it on my own, and the people that were in comments with, I was in comments with watching a particular live stream at the time, all appeared to be a lot younger than me, and I didn't feel particularly confident asking those. And I noticed there were two people in comments who were relatively similar in age to me. And so I asked them, would they be interested? And one of them is in the comments here, that's Robert, and the other one is Dean, and surprisingly, he said yes.
Other side, comments that way, me this, whatever. Everything's reversed. Oh dear. Yes, yeah, it was fun. It really was.
I mean, I was trying to sort of get some, but like we were talking about earlier, the image quality. of our first, you know, I was using a steam-powered laptop. God knows what you were using, but it was Australian internet or something.
Yeah, well, it hasn't really improved that much, but
it was Yeah.
It's the high definition webcam. Yeah, I'm not fuzzy. I don't like it. I want to be fuzzy again.
Hello, Jessica. She says, hi, Dad. Hi, son.
What? Where? What? Oh, hi.
Jessica's.
Hi,
Yes,
Dad. Hi, Simon. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I was saying it wrong. We were talking about earlier that you used to live in a certain area of South Australia, and I made fun of the accent. But now you moved to another area, so I have to make fun of that accent as well.
Yes, I've moved from Elizabethan or Elizabethanese to Spaldingite, which is kind of like a Deadite, but a bit more alive, slightly. So
yes, what was I thinking of when I started this live stream? Well, I mean, it has slight Japan connotations. Dean and I and Robert and a host of other people were watching that lady you may have seen briefly on previous week's video, who did the sort of the little announcement to my other guest, Comical Raina. She was doing a live stream. She's Japanese and lives in Canada. And each of us and everybody in the comments was all into Japan. And so I sort of decided that once I wanted to do this live stream, that we would carry on that theme. That was the sort of like the thread that ran through it. A very thin thread. And we would try and get something Japan related into each episode, whether it was even just a sentence,
which it usually was.
Yes, but Lachlan is falling asleep. It's my voice.
Yeah, I just read that. So nudge him until he wakes up.
But yes, I just looked back at our first live stream was called "Three Old Dudes Do the World," in the sense of Debbie Does Dallas, and it went on for I thought it went on for 3 hours. It felt like 3 hours, but it was only an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was after that we were just ramped up the time after.
Yeah, wow. I've really thought that the first stream went for quite a long time.
Oh, that was just nerves, probably, on our part.
Probably.
Yes.
It probably, yeah, like you said, it probably just seemed a lot longer for us and everyone else.
Yes. And I don't know who is saying it, that there's only us, probably only me that looks back on those live streams. I mean, when I was researching for the advert, I was looking back to find clips with Gene. And some of them are quite funny, but a lot of them are just go on and on.
Yeah.
Hello, Damien. Thank you for subscribing.
Hey, Damien. Oh, Ellen too. Hi, Ellen.
This is why I've got so many viewers.
My family. Yeah. Oh dear. Hi, Robert. I didn't say hi before, so yes.
You send people now on there to Three Old Dudes. Never see them again.
Lost in the bowels of the YouTube and internet.
But we each had our own channels. We still do at that time, and we did try the old like streaming on each of our channels idea. In the misguided belief that we would become immensely popular and we would be able to share viewers and boost our channels.
It nearly made me spit my drink out then.
It became very quickly apparent that that was never going to be the case, and so it just became confusing to our audience. Whose channel is it on this week? So after about four episodes, we decided to go and create a channel which still exists, sort of floating out there. And for 5 years, we did that, didn't we?
Yeah, it was. I have very rarely gone back and had a look. Occasionally, it'll come up in my suggested videos. Very occasionally on YouTube. But and I'll go, oh God, no! I'm not going back to look at that. But Some of it was really funny.
Mm.
One thing that I do miss doing is the Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, dear.
Those episodes were
Yes, yes, or the karaoke. Yes.
oh yeah, what an absolute cluster thing
Yes.
that was.
Mm. But I mean, speaking of the Japan thing, it did help us sort of get in touch with Japanese YouTubers and J vloggers and so on, and you know, they did actually appear on our show, which was quite amazing. I thought, you know, people like I mean, people like Mully and or Warmoth Strat, as it was called at the time, and give me a break, man, and Tomoko Des. And who else did we have on? Chilling Kansai. Yes. So
Scott.
Scott Shinall. Yeah, he's still going.
Is he still doing YouTube? I don't know.
I'm not sure whether he's still doing YouTube. He's still sort of active on social media. But yes, we sort of, you know, got something out of that, I think. I mean,
we did.
Yeah. Whether they got anything out of us, I don't know.
But don't know whether it was reciprocal, but it was certainly we showed them.
Robert says that he got the feeling from doing the show that people listened to him, which is what he gets now on Clubhouse. Well, they did. They were a captive audience. I mean, it's a bit like this, really. If you're sat here, you're listening to us, and you're stuck.
It's sort of like watching a train wreck. It's like you don't want to watch it, but you can't look away.
Yeah, waiting for something, you know. Waiting for the money shot, as Brian would say if he was here.
Yes, oh God, yes. Down into the gutter. That's
yes,
awesome.
we had a select group of viewers back in those days, and quite very often, they would often appear on the show. But that was then, and it sort of came to a natural end, didn't it? It sort of faded.
It did. It got to the point where I was just like, not Saturday night again. But I think just got to it just sort of like petered out towards the end there, I suppose. I look back on it with equal parts dread or trepidation and equal parts fond memories. So
So I mean, I carried on and I changed the format somewhat to be slightly more family friendly. But I mean, what did you fill us in, Dean? What happened to you in the meantime? What's been going on in your life that you know, from YouTube personality to what?
What you see, he's got look. It says Dean, the unpublished author.
Well, yes.
No, that's only a relatively new thing. I worked. I was attempted to open my own business, my own cleaning business, which yes, that
was the last I heard that you were doing. Yeah, so that
I got a little work out of it, but not much, and still waiting. So, what else have I been doing? Doing a lot of walking and just living. You know, the usual stuff. I did do a music sort of.
Like the synthwave thing, you
did that for a while. I still do it, but only for personal sort of like pleasure. I don't put anything on SoundCloud or anything like that anymore.
Right. You had done at one point, or you had done at one point, or you were.
Yeah. There's still stuff on SoundCloud, a few tracks, but mostly I just muck around at home, twiddling with my quick keyboard and virtual instruments and whatnot. But
you're not to be seen down the local club. No.
No.
And tonight, We have.
No, my old arthritic body wouldn't, and my liver wouldn't put up with that sort of thing anymore. So.
The DJ, what's the ambulance for? It's for the DJ.
Yeah, he's dead again. Oh, yeah. So
the music sort of thing just became a hobby then. Yeah.
Well, it always was, but me being me, I thought I'll put it out there. And I mean, I had a tiny little bit of success on my old Facebook channel, Facebook account. I had something like well over 1,000 friends, but a lot of them were to do with synthwave and darkwave and all that sort of stuff. And there was just so much, like in the end, there was so much toxicity. I deleted the account. I actually wasn't going to go back to Facebook at all. And then I started up the business idea. So I thought I'd do it then.
Yeah.
Now I'm back up to 100 friends, and that'll do. That's everybody that's on my Facebook now is either from past or family, and that's it. I'll just stick with that, I think.
All right. I've just from your brother. He says he's glad that it's only your synthesizer or your keyboard that you're twiddling with.
Yeah, well, get to my age and
there's not a lot left to do.
Watermelon. Yeah, it's like it doesn't work that well, So
yeah, just plug it in and plug it in, pull it out.
I suppose one good thing about having benign, or what do they call it? No, it's what the hell is it called?
Benign relatives? No.
Yeah, benign hyperplasia or something like that. It's whatever. I can't even remember what it's called, so it doesn't matter.
So yeah,
I'm not going to go into all my medical problems on here. I shouldn't do that, should I?
No,
this isn't three old dudes.
No. So I mean, what happened with the cleaning business then?
It's still open, but seeing as we moved up to mid north South Australia,
so all your customers are back.
Yeah,
it takes you like 5 hours to drive to get there.
We're going to start putting out feelers around Clare, Borough. Not so much Spalding, which is where I live, because I think the population's 224. We're only a tiny little place.
Yes. Yes. Be careful what you do there. Yes.
Well, funny story. Segueing into a funny story. When we first moved up here. Actually, I'll finish with the business idea. Yeah, we're just going to put out work out as far as Port Pirie, which is an hour away, and just stuff like that around the area. Chasing after commercial stuff because cleaning houses fucking sucks. What they call exit cleans after people have been
lovely,
out or
yes.
they've moved on. Yeah, no. Done a couple of them, and they you just don't want to know. Pubic hairs everywhere, not good.
We don't. No. Some people may be having breakfast or something. Be careful.
Enjoy. Okay, off with it. Yeah, funny story. When we first moved up here, we started walking, and I mean, within sort of 2 hours, you could walk around every single part of Spalding and discover it all. There's not a lot, but it's interesting. There's quite a few different. Yeah, thanks, Ellen. Yeah, there's a lot of. There's a guy that lives kind of over that way.
Everybody's looking now. Yeah.
Well, yeah. See, just over that way. He does sculpt in his. He does. It's actually, it's not even so much sculpting. It's like just random things, like a glove that's been put up. Like I think he's got plaster in it and put it on his fence post. And but there's a really, really interesting sort of like pyramidal sort of thing that he's made out of sheet metal. And it's got an ankh in the middle of it and like a pentagram and all that sort of stuff. So when we first walked past that, we're like, yep, we've walked into Spalding. It is Australia's version of some sort of Cthulhu mythos town. And we're going to be sacrificed to their blood god. Yay. But yeah, no, it's interesting. We were walking down past... there's I don't think anybody from Spalding's ever going to watch this. So we're walking past a house. There's a house just down the road from us that has a lot of animals, like sheep, ducks, and other dogs, whatever. Bats. And the fences come up to about my shoulder, maybe just a bit above. And I decided to go and have a look over the fence to see what sort of animals were there. And there was a guy sitting in amongst his animals. Yeah, from the waist down, naked. And I'm like, oh my God. I just sort of walking up and I'm sort of like looking over the and walked off. And Anne's walking in the middle of the road and she's going, what's wrong? I mean, shut up, just keep walking. Please, just keep walking. And she goes, tell me, what's wrong? I said, I'll tell you when we get home. And she's saying at a normal level, and I'm sort of whispering through gritted teeth, just keep walking. Just, yeah, I don't know why. Don't want to know why.
I was going to say this would, yeah, you could become the Spalding's, famous YouTuber.
Yeah, I'll invite on all the strange and eclectic people that live here on. No. There's another guy, actually the guy that does the sculpting. We hadn't seen him since we moved in, and because apparently he'd been ill. We went down to the pub one night and met some people there. We got talking. Anyway, he's better now. And hello, Christian.
Hi, Christian.
Yeah, he was out walking his dog when we went for one of our evening sort of strolls, and
it's fairly normal, sort of walking your dog.
Yeah, walking your dog. His dog was out in front of him a bit and came up and we patted it, and I looked up and he's carrying something, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell's that? And it said hello, and then I realised that he's carrying a complete sheep's leg. But it was in a rather. It wasn't like he'd just been out and butchered a sheep and he was taking it home to cook it. It was decaying, and I just looked over at Anne, and Anne just looked at me and we're like, we're going to die now. This is it. It's true, but yeah, he uses the bones to sculpt apparently. So,
right, okay.
But I mean, yeah, where the hell we even found that from? I've got no idea.
What did you
kangaroos, but no dead sheep.
I'm just trying to think. How did you choose Spalding? Did you just like put a blindfold on and go, "I'm going to live there"?
More or less, it was just like, oh, we want to move out of Adelaide completely, like the Adelaide
civilization
area. Yeah, pretty much. And I just started looking for houses, and the houses out here to rent are dirt cheap.
I wonder why.
Blood god cults, that's why. So anyway, I applied for this house thinking, we won't get it. And I applied for a whole heap of others, ones around Clare and Borough and all that. And yeah, anyway, we ended up, they gave it to us. It's a huge house. It's basically 5 bedrooms.
Oh, wow.
And I've got my own little office with all of my... actually, all of the stuff behind me is still my granddaughter's. All the stuff up here and over this way is all my stuff. But
which you can't see. Which perhaps it's good that we can't, I don't know.
Oh no, it's all just pop vinyls and anime stuff. You know, Naruto, One Punch Man, Vegito. Yeah, more Transformers and a couple of Hatsune Miku figurines. So yes, the usual sort of stuff. I'm still into Japan, but not as much as I used to be. More anime based now. Yeah. So anyway, the sheep leg. Don't know.
Just like hello, Retro Istaba.
Yeah.
Hey, Guten Morgen, Simon and Dean. Is that another relative, or am I?
No, not mine. No. Right. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, welcome, Retro Istaba to two old dudes. No, to Simon NoChaNoMa.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Robert has been googling, and apparently in Spalding there is a barbed wire museum.
There is. It's in the pub, the local tavern. I haven't actually had a look at it yet, but there's actually another one that's further down. There's a couple of barbed wire museums. How thrilling! And
an aqueduct apparently as well. We just got everything.
We've been down to the aqueduct. There's some photos on my all Spalding adventures on Facebook. But what are you drinking?
Wine, as usual. Yeah,
I'm drinking. It's
healthy, presumably. Yeah.
No, it's actually Maxi Ice soft drink, but it's sugar-free because I'm diabetic.
So it's not one of those slushies or whatever. The sort of like the 12 hours.
Gave up on them. Gave up on them. Oh yeah, no. Oh, they were such an acquired taste, weren't they? Yeah, we've been to the aqueduct. There was that's when Sky stayed up here over last Christmas with her tribe, and we all walked up to the aqueduct, and it said no, you're not meant to go in and have a look at it, but we did anyway because we're rebels. And the aqueduct itself is completely dry.
It's a dry duct.
And
needs some duct tape.
As we walk, what the hell, Dad? Why didn't you tell us that? Tell us what?
There was no water in it. He walked all that way, and there was nothing in it.
Yeah. Anyway, the aqueduct there is huge, like bull ants nests, and it just wasn't like in one section. The whole area was completely covered in bull ants, and they're massive, and they really hurt when they bite. So we were constantly moving in an attempt to not be dragged back into their ant mounds like in Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. It was comical. We had to the grandchildren that were there. Keep moving. Don't stop. They'll eat you. It was like a scene out of a horror movie. Hi, Asters.
Yay! Nice to see you. There's no puppets on this show. No, I mean Asaturs is currently engaged in creating a film. For those of you in the audience who don't know, Asaturs here is a filmmaker, a good friend of mine, and he's making a film in which the characters are all puppets, and we know all about that, don't we, Dean? Puppets.
Oh yeah, puppet thing. Sock Gimpy. I remember those sock puppet profiles we made up on Facebook during that time when Rachel and June were having some sort of, who remembers them? Some sort of spat with what was her name?
Oh, Canada Gin. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, there was some big thing going
Hi,
on.
Mindy's mom.
Hello.
This is the two members of the mod squad who are now in comments, who were on the show a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And they will be returning. I shall get in touch with you guys, and we shall organise something. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but Asatuz has got the metal hand. There we go. You were a big metal fan, or maybe you still are. Are you still a big metal fan?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think most synthwave people who are, oddly enough, are into metal as well. It's a dichotomy, but it's a good one, I suppose. But I don't tend to listen to much new stuff because I'm old and don't like to change my ways. But yeah, there's some bands around that new ones that I listen to, but not very many. I'm an old Iron Maiden fan, and even their new stuff is absolutely shit compared to their old stuff, so I don't listen to that either. What are you going to do?
You're going to get hello from Mindy's mum. You're now known as unpublished author.
I should have just cut that off to Dean the Unpublished.
Well, yes, yeah. You could have been more optimistic. Dean, the soon-to-be published author.
No, optimism and Dean do not live hand in hand. That's no. What are you reading at the moment? Anything?
I've just finished No Wave Too High or something like that, which is a book on the current social and economic situation in Japan. It's in Dutch. It's because it's by a Belgian author, sort of some professor or other. And I'm also nearly towards the end of a Japanese novel by Natsume Soseki, The Gate, it's called. I pick it up at night and read it a few pages, then fall asleep. So it goes slowly. But tomorrow I shall be going to the library and perhaps looking for something else. Yes.
Yeah, I've got to go join the library at Clare. Clare's the biggest town near us.
There isn't one in Spalding then. It's
well, there's a mobile library that comes in, believe it or not. It's a big van sort of thing, and it comes in once a fortnight, I think.
Bringing fresh barbed wire and sheep legs.
Indeed. It isn't just a library, it's also a... Well, that didn't work, did it? I tried to come up with something smart to say, and it didn't work. It's just such a 3LD. It's a mobile library.
Yes, I used to be scared of the mobile library when I was 4. Put it that way. I mean, there used to be a mobile library that came down our street, and
okay.
I don't know why. I don't know what terrified me about it. But
maybe it's going to run me over. I don't know. Yeah. There's also no doctor in Spalding. One comes in, or used to come in, I'm not sure whether he still does, the town hall, and you could go there. But
he probably got scared off.
Yeah, by the guy with the sheep leg.
Yeah, and sort of like the half-naked guy with his animals.
Yeah.
I've got this sore ear. Oh, go away. Sorry.
I saw somebody in a white coat sort of running down the street screaming. No, white lab coat. There's not much to Spalding, apart from the exciting barbed wire.
Two exciting.
Yep, 2.
And the dry aqueduct.
Indeed.
Yes, we're waiting now. We're waiting for are there pictures of this on your Instagram? Deanie's on Instagram, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's a private account.
Right, it's private Instagram.
It's Dino Bino's _ I think 65. Anyway, yeah. If you want to follow, there's not much on there at the moment. I'm going to start uploading some more photos from around Spalding, but
We'd be all interested in seeing these characters.
Yeah. I'll see if I can get a photo of the naked guy. I'll put that on there. Just pop my camera up above the fence. See what was that? Nothing. Sorry. Yeah. So, I'm reading. Changing subject. Just feels like an old 3ODs sort of show, doesn't it? Everything's chopping and changing so quick. Yeah.
Well, we didn't have the Mummy.
The Mummy,
as in the classic film, The Mummy, but
by Anne Rice, The Mummy. It's also when you open up the front cover. Oops, cool. Ramses the Damned. It's quite an interesting book. I've read it before, but rereading it because I discovered that there's a sequel. This was like a 30-year-old book, so I didn't think there was ever going to be a sequel.
Blimey.
Now there is.
There's hope yet for you, Dean, the unpublished author. Just there's hope for the rest of us. We just have to wait 30 years, and you
exactly.
Yeah. As it was as just mentioned in respect to pop-up libraries, that there was one shut down in the UK. Can you imagine a pop-up library being shut down because it was sharing erotic fiction with the village?
What's wrong with erotic fiction?
Mummy. I don't know. So what else are you reading?
The Origin of Species. I've never actually read it. This is the illustrated, abridged version.
That can be said of a lot of people who quote it or who condemn it, but they've never read it. Don't knock it until you've read it.
There's lots of quotes and excerpts that I've seen over the years, but I've never actually read it, so I decided to give it a read. And it's kind of fits in with what am I trying to say?
With the Mummy? No, it doesn't fit in with.
Well, it kind of does in a way. It's research for my book, sort of.
Yes, we can come on to that now, really, because the unpublished author. We've heard that you are an unpublished author, and you and I talked about a little bit about it before we came on the show. But what drove you to want to do? To do this, to become an author.
Excuse me again. I think I've got coronavirus. No, not really. What was the question? Sorry.
Why do you want to be a writer?
I want to make millions and millions of dollars. I don't think any author that these days goes into wanting to write a book thinking that they're going to make millions of dollars. The only people that do that are Stephen King and probably a Neil Gaiman types. No, it's just I've written stories and all that from a very early age, and honed my craft. Not really. It was just it's just gotten to the point. 56. There's not all that much time left, and I've always wanted to write a book or a series of books, which is kind of the plan with this one. Depending on how the first one goes, and if I can get it, I'm not going to try and self-publish because self-publishing is just it's not something that appeals to me. So
yes, I imagine you would need sort of quite a sort of connections and then a broad network to, which would to get it promoted and that sort of thing.
Basically, you would, and let's face it, everybody wants to make some money from whatever craft that they, whether it's art or literature or whatever, It would be nice to make some money. And if you're a self-publisher these days, you will make nothing, absolutely nothing. And to me, that's just, although it's the artistic merit that I want to expound, that I want to put forward, I think. I just don't. recognition. Is that what I'm after?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
psychoanalyze me.
Yes, if it's something you've been wanting to do for a long time,
Yeah.
but what was it that sort of made you want to do it? Was it sort of you really enjoyed reading as a child and got lost in the world of the books?
Very much.
Yeah.
My first book, the first book that was read to me was Where the Wild Things Are, by my mother. I was about 3. And that was the first book that I actually read completely by myself. I was about 4.5, 5. So I've been able to read from a very young age. Some people think that might make me intelligent, but no.
It's a sham.
It is. Yeah, just like all a sham, just like my politics on Facebook used to be. Yeah, so I just... yeah, very, very, very early reader and talker, but yeah, it sort of continued from there. My first story was of a very lonely little dog named Sandy, who I was 8 when I wrote that. It's a very melancholy book for an 8-year-old to read, to write and come up with. It was, but that's me in a nutshell. My whole life is melancholy and wistful, and I'm sort of like always looking out the window going, where's that naked guy with his animals? I don't know. Yeah, so it sort of like came to the point, like I said, I'm 56, just turned 56, so let's face it, I'm diabetic, overweight, have chronic arthritis, and... exactly. Well, yeah, self-publishing doesn't, as has just said, self-publishing doesn't give you any indication of the quality of your work. Yeah, the classic publishing gives you that filter. Indeed, it does. And that's what I would like more than, to me, self-publishing tends to be like a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like flogging a dead horse? No.
Yeah, I suppose you could put it like that. Yeah, I think it's a vanity sort of thing, isn't it? Really, self-publishing. Sort of like, oh, look at me, I'm a published author.
It's like back in the day when blogs were a thing on the internet. Everybody started to blog, and now who reads blogs?
Yeah, what is a blog? I mean, there's still WordPress and all that, but they sort of expanded on their. Not that I haven't been on WordPress for years. Yeah, so yeah, I just want to do it, and I can be flighty with some of my past intentions or aspirations. To see what happens, I suppose.
I mean, do you have already like notes and manuscripts and stuff? Have you got ideas down?
Yeah, the old notebook. I use a
biro
program. Yeah, well, that too. There's a program called Scrivener. It's a word processing program, but it's a much better than using Microsoft Word or anything. I mean, because even though it's a word processor, it's not set up specifically for people writing books and stuff like that. And I should stop drinking the bloody fizzy drink. I keep wanting to burp. So it's a very good. For the script writers use it as well.
So it's tailored. The user interface is tailored for writing as opposed to word processing. Basically.
It's quite the good program. But I wrote everything out on paper first anyway, and then I transfer it all. It's just easier to do on paper for me. That's how I've always written. I suppose, but
Do you then, when you're writing, do you like wake up in the morning and think, right, I'm going to do, because there's some authors who sort of like set themselves a task for the day and they do a kind of like,
Stephen King does 6 pages every day.
Yeah.
Which is a bit surprising. I thought he would do more because of it's so prolific. But yeah, I haven't gotten to that stage yet because I'm still compiling, I'm still researching the subjects that I want to incorporate into the actual narrative. But yeah, I will be doing. Isaac Asimov, for example, he got up every morning at 6 a.m., was in writing at 7:30 a.m. and didn't stop until 10 p.m. I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, no, that's just like, no wonder his marriage fell apart, you know, like, oh, honey, let's go out and do something. No, I'm writing, fuck off. Yeah. Not to mention his penchant for pinching the bottoms of strange women. Isaac, Still love his novels though.
Yeah.
But, I've got a few pages sort of like on my main character. I still haven't thought of a name. A few plot devices. But yeah, still doing the research. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos actually on Western esoteric mysticism and stuff like that. Ooh, spooky. Which is odd for me, being an atheist. Excuse me, I'm going to call. Oh, wow. All this talking, I haven't done it for a very long time. Being well, I don't even really consider myself an atheist anymore. It's more, I'm more of a rationalist. Or a humanist, I suppose. Yeah, looking into stuff. I used to be heavily into the occult and stuff like that years ago, and I was also a card-carrying member of the Catholic Church. Did serving and all that, so that's all sort of like I'm going back to that to use as source material. But
I see, yes, not to like, come back into the fold, as it were.
No. That's no, definitely not. I'm not. I'm still, for all intents and purposes, even though I don't call myself an atheist, I'm an atheist. So, so it's interesting. There's a channel on YouTube that I've just discovered called Esoterica. It's by a Jewish guy. He's a PhD in mysticism and Western beliefs and that. Very interesting. So yeah, go check that out if you're interested in that sort of stuff. And he does it from a scholarly point of view. He, you know, even has slight digs at rabbis and that because they can't ever agree on anything. So it's sort of like, yeah. And there's another one called Angela's Symposium. She's a but aliens are real. Maybe, but that's that doesn't sort of come in with the within the purvey of being an atheist. That's more of a, unless you worship them. So yeah. Anyway,
we just lost 4 viewers.
Oh no!
Probably sort of like were taken by aliens or something.
Well,
you were often taken by aliens on the show. I remember.
I remember that. Oh wow! Yeah, the advert I did.
The aliens are probing Dean.
Fun stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I won't bore people anymore with that. It's
but I mean, yeah. So that your daily routine is at the moment is researching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost exclusively at the moment. I mean, I do some housework and No, I don't. I don't do housework. I hate housework. Yeah, I cut up wood for our wood fire, which is awesome. Yeah, waiting for the occasional job to come in, but apart from that, yeah, research.
So and this is, I mean, the writing. I mean, because I noticed before your future daughter-in-law was talking about making maps for Dungeons and Dragons. That brought me onto another topic that that is sort of common to us and to perhaps to the viewers as well, and that's your avid interest in gaming. Is that still a thing?
Yeah. Since I've started the process of doing this novel, though, it's sort of fallen by the wayside. The last game I actually played was a re-release of Fallout New Vegas.
That's why I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, and also what are the Fable, but they high definition. They redid it. Up-to-date graphics, more up-to-date graphics anyway. Started playing that, but I haven't got time at the moment, which I kind of regret. I still really like doing it, but
yes, I mean, I still game same old games that I still played, but I still enjoy that. I mean, there was a time when I only started gaming really in my 20s. Sort of when everybody, by the time that gaming had become a thing. I don't know. I mean, is it something you've always done? When games first came out, did you sort of like?
Oh yeah,
think, this is like this is for me. Yeah,
yeah. The first gaming console I had, the first game I played was Pong.
Yes.
Yeah. But the first gaming console that I actually owned, apart from the C64 computer, was an Atari. I can't remember the Atari something. I can't even remember what it was, the full title of it was. But yeah, the first game that I clocked, I stayed up for about 24 hours, and it was called Yar's Revenge. And I'm surprised to this day that I didn't have some sort of seizure. It was very flashy and almost psychedelic in its presentation, and that and Pitfall.
Oh yes,
yeah. From there, it sort of cascaded into other gaming systems as they became available and as I could afford them. So yeah.
So yeah,
been at it for a while.
Yeah, so it kind of sometimes you see people sort of who grow out of it, but I don't know whether it could be people that are older. I mean, there's on Twitch there's a 90-year-old Japanese woman that's like famous because she's a gamer, and there's a Russian grandma that's a gamer as well. So I mean, there's hope for us.
Oh wow, awesome. Super Metroid, yeah, that was a good game. Yeah, Asteroids as well. That was awesome. What else have we got there? Super Metroid, Baldur's Gate. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I haven't played that in a long time. I think.
Night Rider's Girl says she likes old school pinball machines.
Oh
yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. I actually got really good at playing them to the point where I could sort of like do the whole shifting of the machine without making it tilt. But then, the place that I used to go to, they started noticing that there was a lot of us were getting really good at their machines and we weren't spending as much money. So they tweaked the little mercury sensor thing to make it easier to tilt. We were very disappointed. But the very first video game that I played apart from Pong at home, that was on the home TV, was the old classic Space Invaders. That's the first game I
never
played.
had that.
Yeah.
Never had that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have it. It was at our local pool hall at Elizabeth. Big surprise. And it was very. It was the sit-down tabletop.
Oh yeah, we had that in the pub. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was fantastic. I spent a lot of my pocket money in the pool hall. Everybody's smoking.
Yeah.
What's that? Passive smoking causes what? No. Yeah. Right. Smoking, alcohol, fueled fights in the pool hall. With me and my friends up one end just playing Space Invaders. It was, what a time to be alive.
Yes, and now you do it all from the comfort of your own home.
Yes, don't even have to go out anymore. Eventually, we won't have to. I don't think Asimov sort of predicted that household robots would be a thing by 2014. He was kind of right with the Roomba. But I think
this is the future. Cleans your floor.
I was thinking more along the lines of iRobot, but not the one that Will Smith was in, which was an abomination. It was it was an okay movie, but it had absolutely nothing to do with the novel iRobot.
Yeah. Just trying to imagine iRobot with a Roomba.
With a little Dalek voice. Vacuum mate.
Vacuum. Oh dear. Acidos is asking, have you seen digital pinball machines? He would love to get one. Digital pinball. That's no fun. You can't tilt it,
Well, you can, but it just does nothing. It'll just Digital pinball machines. Are they actually a pinball machine that is digital, or is it on your computer? Is that what you mean?
I'm not sure. I mean, yes, that would be a digital pinball machine, just like a flat screen in a pub. No, I don't know. I don't know whether I wouldn't like that. No.
No, I want to like get my. Oh, you can tilt it. He said, "Yeah, I want to get my groin into the machine until it tilts."
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I don't think my daughter ever answered the question. Why didn't I ever tell her what?
There was no water in the aqueduct.
It will remain a mystery now. I think our time's coming to an end soon.
Yes, we've got 50 seconds left. 50 seconds to
hurry up, Ellen.
It's a machine with a screen in it, says Azaturs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a flat screen.
Flat screen. It's a pretend pinball machine in a real pinball machine case, and it behaves just like normal pinball.
Yay. Yeah. So. Dead air.
that was that. And if you want to put your orders in now for Dean's novel,
I am looking for more beta readers eventually. I've got 6 so far, so yeah.
I didn't actually put a link. I put a link. I debated about putting a link into your channel, but there's not a lot on your channel.
No, there's not.
No,
I am going to be doing some videos over the next couple of weeks where I'll talk about my book and stuff like that. So,
right. So it might be
now that I've got the weekend. Yeah, if you want to, it's okay.
Yes. Well, after this is uploaded, I shall perhaps put the link to your channel in the description.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, and you can get all my viewers coming to you.
Thanks, Toya. Great stream, she said.
Okay.
Very entertaining, aren't we?
We are. Yeah, just like old times.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dean, for being my guest and seeing you unfuzzy after all these years.
Yeah.
This is what you really look like. All right.
It's a fucking nightmare. Oh. No,
And
thanks
thank
for having me.
you. Yes, and thank you, audience, for being with us, and thank you, all Dean's relatives, for bumping up the numbers.
Yeah, I think most of them abandoned us, though. That was the 4 that left.
Oh, right. Yes. So they won't be back next week. So next week on Simon NoChaNoMa, I have no idea. I'm in negotiations with various people who may be reappearing. Not looking at you, the mod squad, particularly, but there are others too. Nosh said that he has an idea. Nosh may be appearing in virtual reality at some point. So that's a possible future show. But for now, I'd like to thank Dean for keeping us good company, and I'd like to thank you all for watching, and see you all again next week. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.